At the Sound of Sport TV, we understand that the thrill of sports is as much about the community as it is about the competition. Our comical approach ensures that you're always entertained, even during the most intense match build-ups. Whether we're sharing funny stories about athletes' pre-game rituals or light-hearted banter about the latest sports news, we keep things fun and engaging. Our channel isn't just for watching, it's for participating. Connect with fellow fans, share your thoughts, and get involved in the conversation. Whether you're prepping for a match or winding down after one, we're here to keep the good vibes rolling. The Sound of Sport TV.
Ever felt out of the loop on sports rivalries? So did I, until I started watching The Sound of Sport TV news. Catch every fiery debate and game highlight. Tune in now, stay updated.
Sound of Sport TV improves focus. Listening to familiar, energizing tracks can help you block out distractions and concentrate on your game plan, ensuring you stay mentally prepared.
Sound of Sport TV enhances physical performance. Upbeat music can increase adrenaline levels, improving your physical energy, endurance, and coordination, which are crucial for peak athletic performance. Now back to the coverage.
All right, so I love digging into the unexpected, right? And today's deep dive, total curveball in the best way possible. We're talking sports, but hold on, we're also talking music. Like seriously, how do those two worlds collide? Well, you sent this over the Sound of Sport TV and color me intrigued.
Yeah.
This isn't just another channel showing game highlights, is it?
No, not even close. The spreadsheet you've got here, it's almost like they're trying to build a whole community, like centered around this shared love of sports, but with music as the glue holding it all together, which is interesting.
Okay, yeah, I see that. They've got it all sectioned out, like comical and social, educational and motivational. It's more than just watching a game.
Way more. See, people, I think especially these days, people are craving that connection, that feeling of belonging. And this Sound of Sport TV thing, it feels like they get that. They're on to something, trying to make it, I don't know, a richer experience for everyone.
Yeah, for sure. And when I see comical and social, I can't help but think they're leaning into the fun of it all, right?
Right.
I'm picturing sports commentary with, a stand-up routine mixed in, or even fans making their own stuff, like bloopers, but set to music. What do you think?
I think you basically nailed it. I mean, imagine, those classic sports bloopers, right? But they've got this killer soundtrack behind them, and the commentary, forget dry analysis, this is straight up making you laugh out loud. Or picture this, virtual watch parties. So you're online with other fans, all reacting in real time. They're really blending entertainment and sports in a way I've never really seen before.
Okay, see, now that's what I'm talking about. That's must-watch TV. But they've also got that whole educational and motivational angle too, right? How deep are they going with that, do you think?
See, this is where it gets really cool. Imagine full-on documentaries that dive into the history of a sport, how it began, how it changed over time, or what about profiles of athletes, but not just their stats, We're talking about their training, the mental side of the game, the works. I think they're trying to give you the why, the how, the whole story.
Yeah, because usually we just get the highlight reel, right?
Exactly.
This is behind the scenes, but on purpose.
Yeah.
Spending time with the people who eat, sleep, and breathe this stuff.
Exactly. They're not shying away from the dedication, the strategy, even the tough times. It's all part of it.
And speaking of part of it, we got to talk about the music. It's one thing for it to be playing in the background, but they're really putting it front and center. What do you make of that?
It's smart. I mean, we all know music is powerful, right?
Yeah.
But they're acknowledging how much it impacts sports specifically, and they're not just talking about stadium anthems.
Yeah, exactly. This is personal, right? The spreadsheet even mentions how athletes use music to get pumped up, to focus, to celebrate.
Yeah.
It's like the soundtrack to their game.
Wow.
And I've seen that, those athletes who are totally zoned out with their headphones on, right before a game, and it's the music is literally getting them in the zone.
It's real, that connection. There's a ton of research now about how certain types of music, they can actually change how an athlete performs. The rhythm, the tempo, it can make them more focused or give them a boost of energy, even affect how their body moves.
Oh, wow. So we're talking next level sports science here. Are we going to be designing playlists like alongside training schedules now?
It's possible, honestly. We're already seeing people use like personalized music in training, but it's not just the physical stuff. Music can tap into how an athlete is feeling, help them take those pregame nerves and turn them into like focused energy.
So the Sound of Sport TV, they're going to show us that.
Yeah.
Those personal soundtracks. What gets these athletes in the zone?
Yeah, but here's where it gets even cooler. They're not just focusing on the pros. This spreadsheet you sent, it mentions something about viewers submitting their own stuff. Like, they want everyday athletes to share their stories about music and sports.
Oh, wow. Okay, now they're talking. That's like taking it to a whole other level. So imagine a bunch of videos of like local heroes, people who just love to play, kids scoring the winning goal, all set to the music that like gets them going.
Right. It's like everyone's got a story, and this is their way of telling it. It's like making the whole sports world feel a little smaller, more connected.
It's like they're saying, look, you don't have to be a pro to have a soundtrack to your game. Music is like that universal language.
Exactly. And that's where that community aspect comes back in. Because imagine seeing someone you have absolutely nothing in common with. Maybe they're playing a sport you've never even heard of, but their passion, it shines through because of the music, and you connect with that.
It's like this whole global tapestry of sports, you know, all these different experiences, but woven together by these shared feelings. And the music just makes it hit that much harder.
Exactly. And that's what's so genius about this whole thing. It's not just about sports. It's not just about music. It's about, like, the human experience. The wins, the losses, those moments of pure joy that everyone understands no matter where they come from.
Man, the Sound of Sport TV, it can be huge. This isn't just a TV channel. It's like a whole cultural thing waiting to happen.
It might be. They've got a good concept, they get the community aspect, and they're using music to like really get people feeling something.
Okay, so we've like gone full on hype mode here. Let's come back down to earth for a sec, back to the spreadsheet. Community, education, the power of music, we've covered a lot.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure it all makes sense for our listener.
Yeah.
So to be clear, what we're looking at with the Sound of Sport TV, it's like sports highlights meet documentaries, but then add in real people's stories, and all of it has this amazing soundtrack.
You got it. They're creating a whole new way to experience sports, something that's entertaining, but also makes you think.
And that whole thing about community really stands out.
Yeah.
It's not just about watching, it's about belonging.
Right. Yeah, they're giving fans a way to connect with each other, share what they love, and feel like they're part of something bigger.
Like, it's that feeling you get at a game when everyone's going crazy, but like multiplied by 1,000 because it's happening everywhere.
And that's important, especially now, because it feels like people really want that authentic connection more than ever. And this Sound of Sport TV, it feels like they get that.
It makes you wonder if we're like changing how we watch sports. You know, like it's not enough to just see it happen anymore. People want to be in on the action part of the story.
It's a good question, and this is definitely on the front lines of that. They're not just showing you the game, they're showing you the why, the how, the heart of it all.
And by using music, they're speaking a language everyone understands. No matter where you're from, what you love, music just hits different.
This whole spreadsheet has been seriously thought-provoking. The Sound of Sport TV, it could be more than just a channel, it could be a whole movement.
You've given me a lot to think about. One of those deep dives that really gets the gears turning, you know? I have a feeling we'll be hearing more about the Sound of Sport TV. This isn't the last. So to be clear, the Sound of Sport TV, we're talking like sports highlights, yeah, but also like documentaries, and then get this, real people sharing their stories, and music is the driving force for the whole thing.
You got it. It's a totally new spin on how we watch sports. Fun to watch, but also makes you think.
And that community aspect is huge. Like, they're really pushing that idea of not just watching, but belonging.
Absolutely. Giving fans a way to connect, share their love for their team, their sport, whatever, makes you feel like you're part of something bigger.
Like that energy you get at a live game, everyone going nuts, but like imagine it's happening everywhere all at once.
Exactly. And I think especially now, people are really craving that kind of real connection. Sound of Sport TV, it seems like they get that.
Makes you wonder, are we like changing how we watch sports altogether? It's not just enough to see the game anymore, right? People want to be a part of it.
Yeah, it's a fascinating question. And this is definitely at the forefront of that change. They're not just showing the game, they're showing you the why, the how, what it all means.
And music. It's like that secret weapon, right? Everyone gets music, no matter who you are, where you come from. It just hits you differently.
This whole deep dive, this spreadsheet, it's given us a lot to think about. The Sound of Sport TV, this might not just be